first video using my Regatta kit from Clique, and we're going to do some mixed media today. So this is a sheet of 8.5 by 11 Basil Marshmallow cardstock. I buy my cardstock at Amazon. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use that to get my layout started. So what I have here is I have a stencil. This is a stencil by Vicki Boutin, and in fact all my mixed media products today are going to be from Vicki Boutin. So I have a stencil, I have some gel medium, the acrylic matte gel medium, and I have some art crayons. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by putting my gel medium through the stencil in all different areas of my layout. Initially I was going to use this as my background, but you'll see as I go through that I kind of changed my mind a little bit. But I just have a really good play. So I'm just pushing the gel mat through the stencil. And then I put it off to the side and I let it dry thoroughly. And now I'm going to play with my art crayons. So what I want to do is I want to match the colors in these two photos as closely as I can. These photos are of my youngest boy, and he is blowing bubbles. And I think these pictures turned out beautiful, and I thought that they would work really, really well with this kit. So we're going to go for some summery colors, and actually what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up kind of doing half of this in oranges and yellows, and then the bottom half is going to be in yellows, and then one half is going to be in yellows and oranges and a little bit of red, and then the other half is going to be greens and blues. Oh my word, I can't talk. And so I'm just going to have a play. I'm just getting color down on this layout or on this paper, and honestly I had no clue where I was going to put my photos, how I was going to lay this out. I just was having fun with the product and kind of deciding what I wanted to do. So I'm using a brush, and then I decide, well, I'll go ahead and I'll use some packaging and kind of get some of the color on that way. And I kind of went a little bit overboard. I love how it turned out, but to use it as a background, it was really, really colorful when I was all finished. And then at some point in here, I'm going to go ahead and take my finger, actually, and just rub to get some darker areas of color and some lighter areas of color. And so here's where I go in with the red, and I take my finger and I'm just rubbing my finger over the top of the art crayon, and then adding some water, putting some in like this, putting some in with some water, all kinds of different ways, just any way I can think of to kind of get some colors and get some areas that are light and some areas that are dark. And the gel medium that I put on is going to resist the crayons, which makes it really, really nice because you get this really nice texture going on. And you can see here I did the exact same thing with the blues and the greens, and I went in with my finger just like I did with the other ones. So I want to sop up a little bit of this water. I'm just going to grab a paper towel roll and kind of sop up just a bit of the water. And I'm going to keep adding color until I've got everything really covered and I have all of the paper covered in color. And then I'm kind of like, oh, what do I do with this for a layout now, right? So yeah, a lot of this is like finger painting. It was really, really fun to do though, and I adore my layout when it all finishes up. I was really, really happy with it, but it didn't exactly turn out the way it started in my head. In my head I was going to use this as my background, but. And so now I'm just taking a baby wipe and I'm just wiping the art crayon off of the areas that have the gel medium, so the art crayon comes off. It comes off super easy just with the baby wipe, but then I get those really nice prominent bubbles, which is perfect because we're going to do photos of bubbles today. So I'm thinking now, wow, this is busy. This is kind of more color and a little bit busier than I wanted. I'm not quite sure what to do. Maybe I'll back it with some paper. So I go through all the papers in the kit. I'm backing it, but none of them are doing what I want them to do, which is to make that layout look just a little bit less bright, maybe. So I kind of walked away from it for a little bit and came back to it and decided, you know what? We're going to tear this up. So, yep, I tore it up. So what I'm going to do is I grabbed a new sheet of white cardstock. This is just Nina 110-pound cardstock. And I'm going to go ahead and ink everything with some gray. I'm going to take that long strip that I have there, and then I'm going to take the rest of it, and I'm going to cut the rest of it up and into circles. I'm going to die cut the rest of it into circles. So the die cuts I'm using here are from Altenew. They're the half-tone circle die cuts. They have a coordinating stamp set, and I have both of them, and I love the stamps too. But for scrapbooking, I think that these circles and the coordinating stamps too are really, really nice for scrapbook pages. And you can often get these circle die cuts for a very, very good price. They're quite often, they go on sale on the Altenew website. And they're very, I really like the size for scrapbook pages. So I'm super happy with how this turned out now. I love these mixed media circles. I think they turned out really nice. I am going to move them around quite a bit as I decide what I want to do. And in the end, what I end up doing is putting all of the green ones to the top and all of the red ones to the bottom to kind of match where the color is on the mixed media piece there. So I'm going to try out the idea of kind of covering this up, but what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up pulling out the Traveler's Notebook kit and layering up a bunch of the 6x6 paper. So these are the 6x6 Fancy Pants poolside papers, and I pulled 3 different colors that I really liked that I thought coordinated really well with my photos, and pulled in the colors that were there. And then I'm going to put all these circles around, and like I said, initially I went ahead and just kind of randomly put them around, but then when a little bit later on, I think after I turned the camera off, I move them around just ever so slightly. So that's where I'm pretty sure I want everything to go, and I'm just going to grab my elements from the kit that I want to use, and I decided I really, really, really want to use this bright yellow circle that says, "This makes me happy." These are the vellum circles from Ellie's Studio, and I think they were in the TN kit. I think about using that one too, but I kind of decided no. So I'm just going to use that one, that yellow one. And then there's no yellow, well there is a little yellow, there's shades of yellow in my mixed media, but not a ton, so I'm going to need to make sure that I get more yellow onto the page for sure. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut those little tabs that are part of the cut apart sheet for the main kit, because I really want to layer them up and use them on the side of my photos. So I've gone ahead and I have adhered all those papers down, inked everything with the gray ink, and I fussy cut the 3 tabs. I did leave a small white border around them just because that makes things a little bit easier for me to fussy cut if I have just a little border around them. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do all 3 of these tags, and I'm just going to layer them all up. I really wanted to pull that orange tag in for sure because my son is wearing this bright orange shirt, and he has the red bubble stick, bubble wand. So I wanted to make sure that a lot of the colors that I had in my photo are going to end up being spread around the page. I don't usually do that, but for this layout I really wanted to do that, and I thought that it would work well. So I'm just going to go ahead and date stamp this, and I did smudge the ink, and I was like, ah, no, but I'm going to fix it, so don't fret. Actually, I'm not going to fix it. I'm going to cover it up. So now I'm going to go ahead and adhere all of my mixed media circles, and I'm cleaning my fingers and I'm cleaning everything because I am that person that transfers ink, and I just used ink to date my stamp, and I didn't want to put black ink and have inky fingerprints all over my layout, which totally would have happened. So now I'm going to use some of the chipboard that came in the main kit from Freckled Fawn. I know that I want to use this Hello Summer because it's my yellow, that bright, gorgeous yellow color that I want to spread around. I'm going to use this little star, and then I'm actually going to use more stars because the circle that I've chosen, that vellum circle, has stars on it too. So I want to make sure that I put the get the stars evenly distributed around my layout. And I'm going to work on my title. I believe I work on my title next, maybe? Kinda, yeah. I've also been stapling things in. I love the addition of staples. on a layout, especially when I'm scrapbooking my boys, and I don't know what's up with that, but for some reason it adds that little something that I really enjoy on my pages. So I tend to have staples often. So I'm just adding that chipboard piece, and of course I peeled the back off. I peeled the back off of all the chipboard, because it's brown. Why? I don't understand. It bothers me. I don't like the brown edges. And I'm going to put that little star off to the side. And then I think I'm grabbing the puffy stickers now because we're almost done. I don't have too much left on this layout, I don't think. I'm going to add the puffy stickers and sprinkle them around and add my title. So yeah. I adore these white Cassie art letters. Oh my word. I love the font. I love them. They're so cool and fun to play with. I love how this font looks with all these products, and I love how it adds just that little bit of like fun difference to my layout. So, and that's going to be it for this one, I think. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have not, I highly recommend you subscribe to Clique Kits. They're just so fun. I have such a good time playing with these kits, always, every month. And yeah, so that's going to complete this layout. Now you will see in the close-ups how I kind of moved some of those circles around a little bit to have them a little more evenly distributed down towards the bottom. But I did that kind of off camera later on. So, but there is a close-up here. You can see how I did that. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.